Welcome to the ArmaniTalks YouTube channel. I'm your host, ArmaniTalks. In this channel, I'm helping you level up your communication skills. And in this episode, we're going to be covering a very fundamental question. How do I make a friend? How do I make a friend? Come on, man. That question is a little too basic. All right, smart guy. How do you make a friend? Articulate it from point A to point Z. Wait a minute, man. I don't know. That's the response for a lot of people. Sure, in their lives, they have friends, but they don't know how the friendships were born. And for the most part, if you're like most people, this shouldn't be a big issue. However, it starts to become a big issue when, let's say, certain environments change. Let's say you've been living in Florida your entire life, and suddenly you get a new job in California. Now you have to pretty much restart, not only in your personal life, but in your professional life as well. And in this case, understanding the fundamentals is huge. So let me ask you the question again. How do you make a friend? Bad question. It's better to ask, what steps lead to a friend? The first one is what I call a finite question. It's as though you do certain things and you have a friend. It's like, aha, I got a friend by doing these steps. While what steps lead to a friend? This question is more process-oriented rather than outcome-focused, and it allows for more flexibility. Let me explain what this exactly means. You ever tried to be cool? Or did you ever meet someone who tried to be cool? I used to know a guy like that. In my master's program, he moved from overseas to the US, and he tried to act like a lot of the media that he saw regarding the US, and it was extremely weird. He would try to mimic other people's mannerisms. One of the first times I met him, he was like, "Yo, what's up, dude?" I'm like, what the hell is wrong with this guy, man? What was wrong with him was that he was trying to be cool. That never works out. What should he have done instead? He should have done certain steps which led to him naturally being cool. Who is cool? Let's picture Leonardo DiCaprio. Most people can agree that he's a fantastic actor. He has good skill sets. And a lot of people will be like, yeah, sure, he's a cool guy. Once again, what made him an authentic personality, a pretty calm personality? It's not because what he's trying to do, rather the steps which are leading to the emergent property of him being cool. He works on his craft of acting. He gets better each movie to the best of his abilities. And overall, he doesn't try to get in your face too much. We don't know too much about him. He's a pretty low-key kind of guy. And a combination of all these lead to the emergent property of Leonardo DiCaprio being a pretty cool guy. Similarly, in the world of friendships, we rarely, with our friends that we currently have, we're at a point like, how do I make this person my friend? It's just some steps that we naturally took which led to the emergent property of them becoming our friends. The question is, what are those steps commonly? From my understanding, there's two things that I've noticed. It's awareness and it's consistency. First, awareness. They need to be aware that you exist. You can never build a friend if they have no clue who you are. All right, this one seems common. It seems like common sense, actually. Yes, it should be common sense. So the first one is awareness. The second one is consistency. Consistency is what separates acquaintances from friends. Talk to someone's adult side to build an acquaintance. Talk to someone's child side to build a friend. With a lot of our acquaintances, we probably see them, hear about them rarely. And acquaintances like to keep it like that. Every person needs acquaintances. We don't see them on a very deep level. We see them on a surface level, which is consistent, but it's consistent in a very small scope. We only see limited parts of them. But for a friend, to talk to someone's child side, we need to go through waves with them. We don't only see one side to them, we see multiple sides of their life. And by seeing multiple sides of their life, we're able to go on this little roller coaster. You could call that the emotional roller coaster, or seeing the many sides of a human. Any friend that you have, you've probably experienced at least two emotions with them. One that is empowering and one that is draining. The empowering emotion can be something like humor. You guys share an inside joke. Or it could be when there was traveling involved and you guys have that funny or fun memory. And draining emotion is when, let's say, one of the friends, their family member died and you were there with them. That's what we call a draining emotion. It could be when you two had a fallout. And this, again, is a draining emotion. But what are we noticing? When you're consistent with someone for an extended period of time, you naturally get to see the ups, the empowering emotions, and the downs, the draining emotions. And due to that polarity, a friendship is born. So it really comes down to awareness and consistency. Notice, we're not being way too strict with like, you need to do this, and congratulations, you have a friend. Simply by following the awareness plus consistency formula, a friend just naturally emerges, and we don't have to be weird with it. We don't have to be one of those guys that's trying to act cool. What's up, dude? We don't have to be one of those guys. Simply following awareness, consistency will naturally lead to ups and downs, and it will prime the mind to understand the biggest differences regarding acquaintances and friends. A lot of people can't tell the difference and they confuse one party with the other, while socially intelligent people are able to perfectly see the difference. And if you're not picking up the difference, anything that requires consistency, we need to be a little bit more selective on. So this is a natural thing that just happens over time. And the beauty with the consistent mentality is that even if we gradually do grow apart from a friend, from the small picture, it seems like a very sad thing. But if we zoom out in the consistency paradigm, we can just view it as a down that eventually is setting us up for an up. So summary, a friend is something that happens through a series of steps. Become more process-oriented. We become process-oriented by making them aware that we exist and by being consistent with them. The whole act of consistency leads to a up and down mentality. We experience empowering emotions with them. We experience draining emotions with them. And the polarity allows us to deepen our relationship, which allows us to talk to the child side. What did I say earlier? Talk to someone's adult side to build an acquaintance. Talk to someone's child side to build a friend. So if you are moving to a brand new location, if you are starting a new job, if you are doing something new, which is requiring you to make more friends, simply follow awareness and consistency formula and allow the friendship to naturally emerge. Don't try to force anything. If today's video helped you, be sure to drop that like for me right on below. And thank you for joining the Armani Talks YouTube channel.